Hello students, welcome back to our online class. So students, take out your English grammar book, page number 56. So today we'll start a new chapter, that is chapter number 10 verbs 1. Okay, so take out page number 56 of English grammar book. We can broadly classify verbs as main and auxiliary. Now the verbs can be classified into two categories, that is main and auxiliary. Now coming to the main verb. Now what is main verb? The main verb of a sentence can express its meaning independently. Okay, independently, and it tells us what the subject does, feels or is. These verbs may not need the help of other verbs to express their meanings. So the main verb does not works independently, and it does not need the help of other verbs to express their meaning. Clear? For example, so Surender opened the door. Okay, now open is a verb, so it works independently, isn't it? So Surender opened the door. It does not need any help like is, am, are. Clear? And now coming to the auxiliary verb. Now, auxiliary verb in a sentence helps the main verb to express its meaning. Now, these are the main verbs, isn't it? Now, let us give one example. You should wear something warm. Clear? You should wear something warm. So, where is the verb? Clear? But this is an auxiliary verb. Clear? This is an auxiliary because where is what? This is an action of doing something. I'm aware then that you should wear. Where is the verb, isn't it? Now should. Should is helping the verb wear. Okay, that is why should is auxiliary verb. Clear? Now come to linking verb. Now what is linking verb? Linking verbs are also called the state of being verbs because they show qualities or conditions and not actions like am, is, are. Okay. For example, Dharmesh is clever. Now here is what? Is linking verb between Dharmesh and clever. Clear? Now coming to page number 57, strong and weak verbs. Are strong verbs and weak verbs. Let us see. Strong verbs are also called irregular verbs. These four verbs form their past tense usually by simply changing the vowel in the present tense. Clear? Now what is the irregular verb? Okay. Now do you know what is the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. This is called vowels, and except these alphabets are all consonants. Now what it has been told here, that these verbs form the past tense by usually by simply changing the vowel in the present tense. Now we have to change the vowel in the present tense that to form a past tense. For example, now what is the here? Now this is vowel, isn't it? This is vowel, I, E, I, O, U. Now we have to change A, R, O, S, E, and it will become what? Past tense. Clear? This will become arose and it will become past tense. This is called the strong verbs. And the same way, begin, B-E-G-I-N. So I is vowel. So B-E-G-A-N, began. It will become past tense. Now what are called weak verbs? So weak verbs are also called regular verbs. They need endings such as ed, d or t to form the past tense. Now this present tense to form in the past tense, we simply have to add ed, d or t. For example, call, d to make it past. So this is called weak verbs. Now coming to finite and non-finite verbs. Now what is finite verbs? Some verbs are directly linked to the subject. They change their form according to the number or person of the subject. They also show the tense. They are called finite verbs. Now, these finite verbs used to change according to the number or person of the subject. I, then they, isn't it? they also show the tense. These are called finite. Or now let us, if I give an example, then you will understand it better. Chetan's brother worked in a hospital. So Chetan's brother is, we are talking about only single brother, that is a singular subject, and that is why word will also be singular. Clear? The verb will be singular. Now it depends on how the verb change and the subject change, and that is why it is in the definition it is said that they change their form according to the number or a person of the subject. Okay, now as we have already studied subject verb agreement, now it will become in present tense. Now, what is non-finite verbs? Verbs that do not change their form according to the tense, number or person of the subject and are called non-finite verbs. They are not governed by the rule of subject-verb agreement. Now, coming to the non-finite verb. Now, these verbs, in non-finite verbs, the verb will not change according to the tense. Okay, it will not change according to that tense, number or person of the subject. Now, let us give one example. So, Shashi was repairing her skateboard. It is in past because was, isn't it? Past tense. And Shashi was repairing. Repairing is the what? Repairing is verb, isn't it? So that is why if it is in present also, is repairing, was repairing, clear. If was repairing, past. If is repairing, present. So whether it's present or past, the verb will not change its form, clear. So this is all about the finite and non-finite verbs. Now come to the end, and again there are certain types of non-finite verbs. Number one is gerund, number two is infinitive, and third is participle. So what is a gerund? Gerund means which the word ends with ing. In the same way, repairing, going, smiling, clear. And what is infinitive verb? An infinitive is the basic form of verb. Infinitives do not change their form according to the subject. Whatever the subject will be, they likes to sing, Mridula likes to sing, I like to sing. So sing, see, even it's singular, plural, whatever it might be, but the verb will always be the same. Now a participle. Now a participle can function as a verb or as an adjective. Verbs have present participles and past participles. Now what is present participles? The words with ing. And what is past participles? Past participles end with ed, d, ent, and n. It's a present participle. Be careful. The milk is boiling. Boiling is a verb, and what we are using ing. So it will become present participle. Now past participle. Who has closed the window again? So close is what? Verb. And what is our sentence? Who has closed the window again? Closed, ed. That is why it is called past participle of the which functions as a verb. So students, this is all about the verb 1 chapter. So just go through the chapter. Till then, thank you.